Good morning, folks, fellow travelers on spaceship Earth. It is I, Guy, for better or for worse. We are working today on what we were doing yesterday, which was I was doing a draw over of my character from back in the day, from 100 million years ago. And this was my original character design right here. Right? And so I'm doing a draw over of her, which is over here. And good morning, Brent. Brent, my friend Brent. How are you this lovely morning? About the same, I guess. Working away, kind of doing the things, making the things happen. I'm probably going to spend a little bit of time on this. I just noticed that Lockheed Martin is looking for a 3D animator. And I'm like, well, I can't let that job go by. I mean, here I'm looking at rando jobs like working as a database administrator when I could be doing 3D modeling of rockets. I mean, like, that's a dream job. So I'm going to have to mess with that in a little bit. I really should apply for that. I'd be stupid not to. Yeah, right? Like, this is stupid for me not to apply for that job. I'm not quite qualified because they want more Maya than I have, because I don't have that much Maya. I've got a little bit of Maya. I had Maya back in the day. Enough that I can probably get by. But the truth is, Maya and Blender are close enough that I could say, hey, I don't have the requirements you need for Maya. However, I've been using Blender for an age and a half. And and of course I'm also going to say, and this is important, I can name most every rocket launch in the last however, my favorite movie is Apollo 13. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in. This is what I should be doing. And I hope that my gumption will make up for the fact that I'm, not quite. And that would be a dream job. That there would be a dream job. Working for Lockheed Martin. And I could even say that on there. Say, look, working for Lockheed Martin would be a dream job for me. I've been to Lockheed Martin as Geek Tank. So that one's one of those, well, I'd be darn stupid to not sign up for that one. Downright stupid not to sign up for Lockheed Martin. So, yep. After I get off this stream, I'm going to finish what I was writing to them. I do it on the stream, except that then it'd just be me sitting here going ticket, 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 ticket for the next 2 hours. And that's not a very exciting stream. And I really should do something else anyway. So last night after you left, a bunch of kids, and I'm not kidding, kids like 12, 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there, joined the stream, and they were lovely people. It's just this great discussion that we had, because they were like, we usually try to find pages that don't have a lot of viewers. And I was like, aw. And they were like, so we're here to hang out with you. What are you doing? And I'm like, oh, well, we are doing an art stream where if you're doing work, you know, you can join me and I'll help you with it or whatever, or we can just get work done. And so they were very adorable, though. I was just very impressed with them. They were lovely people. And I just love the idea that they're randomly wandering around looking for art streams that are looking for streams that don't have a lot of viewers. I assume that that's because usually when they find the ones that have a lot of viewers, it's generally somewhat toxic. And so I assume that's what they're after. Since they do seem to be younger, that seems like a thing. And I cannot blame them for that. That's a brilliant move on their part. They're from somewhere in the middle of the nation. So, I feel like I could have done better on this one, but that's okay. It's not bad. It's just, I feel like I could have done better, you know? Which is okay. Man, 1 day late for the solar panel dudes, and they're calling. 1 day. We're 1 day late, and it's only because we've got to figure out how we're doing all the payment stuff for the household now. It's all complicated. Everything was easy before, and now everything is super complicated. And I'm actually kind of burned out on how complicated things are. So, all right. Just to give something behind there, because it, you know, I like that I gave myself my own, like, color codes. Kind of funny. So what's interesting is looking at the way I used to draw people. This is a heads adjustment here. So 0 inches, 1 inch, 2.5 inches 4.25 inches, 5.75 inches it is an adjustment from the heads thing. So in other words, it's the number of heads high she is. Which cracks me up because that's how I used to measure things, so I knew whether I was doing them right. But just looking at proportions, I clearly did not do them right. Because your body doesn't, the halfway point to your body isn't at 2 inches and 2.5 inches. That's not where the center point of your body is, guy. I'm just saying. Oh well. I'll have to come back and revisit this because I feel like I didn't do quite justice for this, but that's okay. I'm going to look here and see if I can find any other pictures from that era and that zone that have a date on them. Like I said, this is not so bad as far as like a cockpit. I wouldn't mind doing that. None of these guys really have, because they were sisters. It was Kylie and Maya. So by the time we got to November of '89, so this is probably September of '89, because this one says November of '89. And this was all the same universe. I was really into this for about, I don't know. Well, there's a spacesuit. And I favored going to the right again. And I knew I had done something. Look at that. Why do I have fish? Oh, Dr. Earl Mallory. Oh, I'd forgotten about Dr. Earl Mallory. So, in junior high, in 7th and 8th and 9th grade, I don't remember whether I was in 8th grade or 7th grade. 7th grade or 8th grade, I started playing role-playing games. We got into Star Frontiers, which was our first role-playing game. And my buddy was the DM, or the GM in this case, because of course, when you're dealing with anything not Dungeons and Dragons, it's a game master, not a dungeon master. My buddy was the GM, and he was writing this very elaborate game. And it was super elaborate. We were all on board this spaceship. The spaceship had to do things and all kinds of stuff. And one of the players, my friend Ezekiel, made a character named Dr. Earl Mallory. And Thor and him, Thor was the game master, decided to make him a double agent, a spy, something like that. So without the other players knowing about it. So he was the turncoat. So we ultimately spaced him, of course, because that would be what you do. We threw him in an airlock and flushed him out, killing the character. And from that point forward, my buddy Zeke would draw a stick figure and put Dr. O'Malley on like everything that was with us. So it was sort of like the ghost of Dr. Earl Mallory was always constantly haunting us. And this is one of them right over here. So the ghost of Dr. Earl Mallory from my very, very, very first role-playing game still haunts me to this day, many, many, many years later. I mean, we're like, this is 34 years later. It's almost 35 years later. Here's Dr. Earl Mallory. In fact, I think what I will do is, because I'm still friends with Zeke on Facebook, we're going to play this game. I will do that. Let's save it as and then I'll go over here. Posted without comment. Where are we? Out of curiosity. There's some cool art in here. I am definitely a mecha person. It's fall 11. 86. These are going in reverse order. 97. 96. These aren't 96. 95. This all needs to be redone. 98. 88. There. No. Haunting my friends is a pastime for me. So, interestingly, here is the diagram of how I was originally doing measurements on pieces of paper. So I would do, this is when I was just starting to draw. And it's so cool that I still have sort of the layout of people. But this frame that you're seeing here is how I measured out everything, because this is before I learned about Bridgman. Bridgman completely changed the way I saw things and the way I perceived things. But up until Bridgman, what I was doing was literally putting a ruler down on a piece of paper and measuring out all of the distances from, say, the top of the head to the middle of the face to the bottom of the face, and where the shoulders were, where the bust line was, which is way too low, and the waistline. And so it cracks me up because, like, this drawing here indicates my diagrams on how things should be rolled out. And I thought this looked perfectly proportioned, right? Because my brain, right? Now I'm looking at this and I'm kind of like, this is not bad. You know, she is who she is here on this one, but we're doing good. So interestingly enough, the pictures themselves feel like they're in different time zones for me. Yeah, you know what? She's not bad. Finish the system off with highlights and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna let that one be. Welcome back to the stage of history. Anyway. All right. I don't know. I don't feel like my revised version of her is actually popping as much as I expected it to. Like, I feel like I'm crushed here a little bit on, and, you know, a little bit crushed up here, a little bit crushed right here. This foot's not right. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the anatomy went wonk on me. I don't want the anatomy to be wonked. I'm not going to fight it again. I'm just going to come back to it at some other point. I've got bigger fish to fry right now. But it does make me kind of go, well, you know. So we'll go on ahead and save this redraw and come back to it later. Now I want to bring up this, because we were working on this one. While we're at it, can we center this, please? Not that. We need to center the text. Really? Now, one of the things we're going to do is pop down here onto the paper layer on this side and do this. Oh, we've decided to be a jerk about this, have we? Mm-hmm. Let me do this. There we go. Common trope in manga is that when you're doing memories, the background is black. When they're flashbacking, so to speak. onto this page. And one part is flashback over here, but this part isn't. Why are you doing that to me? Why? Okay. Moving on to the other page. We'll do this here. That's right, we're going to open this with actual Photoshop, otherwise the text doesn't copy. Because that makes sense. Just so you know, we'll change its layout. Also, we will deselect it because that sounds like a thing. Do you smell it too? Just wondering. It smells like horse manure, not cat poop. So I know it's not my cat, unless my cat's suddenly a horse. Are you a horse? George, are you a horse? No, you're not a horse. Okay, bye. Oh, Tuan. I broadcast twice a day. Here, I'll show you. So the top line is the morning show for me, and the bottom line is the evening show for me. Whatever you're doing, don't. George is over here making a mess, as usual. One can argue that's George's thing. Not going to be her broken organs, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. I need page 3 as well. That's page 2. I need page 3. Okay. I'm going to have to go through this section first. Yes. That's totally fine. You can watch the stream and then go to sleep. We are going to have to use this first, I think. And then we'll move over here because I think this one is one of those where I need it. Well, it's a lot of writing. Oh, there's no. Oh, come on, guys. Work with me on this, huh? Okay. I don't know why I'm not seeing them, but okay. Oh, it's because they're on the wrong side of it. Oh, that's nice. Yes. Way up at the top. Here we go. Hey, Pio. How you doing, Pio? We are on page 8 and 9, working down the line here. On 8 and 9, we've got, I'm going to close that, and I will save and close this because I don't need this one right now. We're not there yet. We are here. All right. Backspace, backspace. Do I remember Feathery? No, I didn't study that much on that comic. I didn't look that much on the comic. So now I've got to do this, paste. You smell the smell of a BRB. That's funny. Okay, I am just trying to get the text out of here. Before the last night of the year was actually done as a short that was did this as a short story that was part of I did this story as like a part prose. And part comic, so kind of more like a storybook. Oh, don't worry about it. So, Chuan, the reason for this stream is if you are an artist, sometimes artists, like I said, have ADD and that makes it hard to do work. So, mostly I stream so that I have a job to go to every day. Otherwise, I don't work on my comics. So it's okay if there are no viewers. If it's okay if there's only one or two viewers. I like just talking to people, and it doesn't matter where they are. So I can talk to you and Peugeot and Brent, and we are fine. And I think that's really cool. So I'm not worried. Maybe someday, if people start reading my comic a lot, they will come here and look at all these old videos and go back through them and go, oh, that's when he was writing that page, or that's when he was writing that page. So who knows? So I'm not that worried. I appreciate that you are worried, though. Thank you. That's very nice. I have to draw a lot more drawings of Sarah at this point in time. I can already see. Oh, I appreciate that. Language is difficult, but I have lived in other countries, and so I am used to language problems, and it doesn't bother me. It's hard. There are 750 languages on the planet Earth. Big languages, not little languages, just the big languages are 750. That's a lot of languages. The odds are really good that people will be not speaking English on my channel or Japanese. So it's difficult. It's always difficult, but that's okay. if you are willing to work, I am willing to try to work at it too. So when you have a problem, you can say, I don't understand, and I will try to make it work in Vietnamese. And that's fine. Welcome back to the stage of history. You're like, I am done. I'm out. What? Where are you erroring? You're not giving me... I'm not getting the warning sign. I don't know where the error is. It's just that. There you go. No, don't save it. It's fine. Did I already pull all that out? Okay, so I did this. It's text. No, you're not helping me. Help me out here. All right. All right. can't be her Vulcan organs anymore. Her genetic code. All right. Now let's take the cutter, and then we get to do the thing we hate, because of course this is stupid. Nice. Hitting the enter key instead of hitting the shift key. Good job, me. Since she's not half Vulcan, probably don't want to do the stilted dialogue anymore. When she was Vulcan, it made sense that she had sort of a stilted dialogue. She talked in a stilted way. Yeah. We're converting over the last night of the year. The last night of the year was one of my favorite Tamerlan stories. And I'm simply redoing it now as a Bellatrix story. That's why you're seeing the pictures from Tamerlan being brought in, because this is a redo. But this happened in both Julian Cochrane's life and Li Chang's life. Nope, this is a short story. It's an omake. I am still waiting for my editors to say that everything is okay with book 2 and book 3, one of whom is you. Because I don't want to start drawing ink, putting down ink, and then having somebody go, yeah, I didn't understand this entire section. You have to redo it. Because then I'd be like, really? Really? You waited until I was done drawing it before you said that, huh? So that's why you guys all got the stick figure versions of it. So if it all, yeah, I know you did, but the other two haven't. I want to make sure that I got everybody's stuff in here correct. So it's okay. You're not my problem child. The only thing you were really talking about, let me clarify before, because now it's been a while, so let me double check with you on this. Your statement was that you kind of liked the original discussion we were having with the Commonwealth captain, but you understood that needed to go because it was just a little too much. And if that was your only complaint, then I think we are probably good with you as far as like the story went. Does that sound correct? Okay. Yeah, it's not so fresh in mind too, because I thought for sure all three of you guys would return them quickly, but then James and Anna both got COVID. So I mean, that's not their fault. Nothing they did wrong. There's no error there, but unfortunately, it did stop this entire procedure. So. Be interesting if I still had the Poseroids still from this comic and it ran still. That'd be interesting. In fact, I think I will ping I'm not going to disagree with you at all there. Oh, wait. It might be a little late now. Sorry. We are good. Yep. And now I will start a new conversation. And this new conversation will be with the dude, my buddy dude, and my other buddy dude. to get the episode out the door before Thanksgiving. So, be on the table at GalaxyCon. There we go. Everyone left this conversation. Everyone left this conversation. Everyone. Okay. Something went wrong. Try again later. This is texting my best friend and my best friend's wife as a group conversation, and I can't. Apparently, they don't exist. Get out of my way, bug. I hate bugs. Even little teeny bugs. I have no earthly idea what that means. Oh well. I'll figure it out in a minute. But for now, I'm like, what? The what? That's kind of rough. I don't know why. I mean, this is my best friend. I've been texting him for quite a few years now. I will show you around the room next week, if that's okay. This week, I have a bunch of stuff from my dad's house in the middle of the room, and my sister is coming to visit on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. No, that's tomorrow. Coming to visit tomorrow to help me with my dad's stuff. My dad died in 2021, so 2 years ago, and we moved his stuff from his storage unit to here. So it's messy, and I would like to clean it up a little before I take you on a tour of my office. But I will take you on a tour next week if you want. Also, this camera is actually screwed into the wall, so it's hard to maneuver it. My other camera, which is at my office desk, my work desk, this camera is easier to move, so I will move that one later. I do not mind. It is actually fine. It's now a mess, and I'd rather show you a clean room. Okay, back to this. Now, do I want to... What's still up? Oh, there we go. One of the things I'd love to show you is the park. There's a park right here. So I have this beautiful park to look at while I'm working. I love that. maybe what I want to do is bring this one down. Is that this or is it this? It's this. Because this will give me more for the Megumi, right? That's fine. Right now, it is 10:18 a.m. I'll type that in too. Yeah. Sometimes it's easier to read than to listen. See you later. Sleep well, Tuan. Maybe I want to take this whole thing and move it. Oh, no. Whole layer. Really? Oh, for crying out loud. Really? This is the way we work? Okay, well, we've learned our lesson. That is, when you want to do this, we got to make sure the text is done first. Clearly, this is not the way this works. Oh, yeah, that's a great thing to do. Don't do that. sometimes it does like these dumb things, so boneheaded, and I'm like, why would you do that? It seems like a dumb thing to do. So boneheaded. Hey there, Jackson, how you doing? There's a pause on that one because still loading data and information and redoing thought processes and stuff. It's brutal. I got it. I got this. I got this. I'm converting over one of the Tamerlan stories from, directly, but this is one of the influential stories to my main character. And so it's like one of the big things that occurred. Yeah, but the bubbles keep moving on. Like, I can move the bubbles around, but the bubbles in the text are one layer until you cut them. So if you cut to paste, then they don't. It just copies it just cuts the bubble and leaves the text. And I'm like, that's really weird. Why would you do that? You are just really strange. All right. Now we'll take this and copy. Move it over here. Yeah, it's just a really strange, choice. It's like, why would you do that? Doesn't make sense. Make it Bree's picture. No, I didn't. There we go. We're getting giddy about the name thing because we've all read the announcement. So if you're wondering why we're all being giddy, we're being giddy about it. You're just going to have to live with that. Work, 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 schmirk. See you later, Brent. Did this end up underneath all of the text? And did the text go somewhere else? No, the text is all in the correct area. Fine. No. Okay, check the page. I have 2 of these. Oh, really? No, I did not. And double huh. I feel like this is out of place. Like that one doesn't fit. doctor put Pippin on the scanning bed. He said he was in perfect health. I don't think the doctor is aware it's stuffed. It's just such a kid thing to say. There's Pokemon Sleep. Okay, I'm not sure what to think about that one. I'm not sure what to make of that one. That one's kind of weird. That's interesting. So it made the Whisper balloon have a dotted tail too, which is great. I mean, as in, that's the way I would expect it to go. However, it's nice to see that it followed the sense of logic. I'm not sure I'd want my snores axe or whatever the thing is regulating my sleep. World Championships. I'm really not sure how to handle that one. You know? I'm like, well. Didn't realize it makes a different meaning. I don't like the idea. That's one sentence. The other one. Now, this seems to have quite a few, or quite a lot of dissension in the ranks. I don't know how to say it, but there are a lot of people who disagree or agree with certain ways of doing this. My thought is that every sentence or every thought should be in its own bubble, and then we just link the bubbles together. But that's my personal feeling. Your mileage may vary. I'll still call it sand blood. I liked sand blood syndrome. That was kind of cool. Hey, little mango art. How are you doing? Hey, manga. That's a word we say way too many times, right? Okay, right there. Okay, I'll get it straight. Just takes me time. Just takes me time. All right, they call it sand blood syndrome. It's something that strikes about 5% of designer genetic human live births. Oh, breaded chicken cutlets sounds good. Now, see, now I'm kind of hungry. Wow, I'm almost out of time. Kind of tootling along here, not realizing where all my time's gone. Good. That's the important part, right? One problem is her name is Lee, L-I, and that always ends up in my texting being written kind of like a U. I'm gonna go in here and do something about that because the spacing. And do that. That's what I get for naming my character Lee Chang. Sometimes there are drawbacks. To my random name generator. I don't think we need genetic. I think you're pretty much straight up on that. You can understand that. See you later. All right. Ensign Lee. So what we're doing here is and strikes about 5%. Not human live. This needs to be like hyphenated. She's a designer human. Hey there. Welcome back. I'm at the very end of my stream this morning, so just so you guys are aware, I'm going to do a couple more panels and then we're going to move on. So I want to get lunch. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Once again, I feel kind of like that's not what they would say. So we would try this. All right. All right. When I put the bubbles off the edges of the page like this, I like to go back in there and just make sure that they're all off the page so it stays off the page completely. Okay, fine. No, don't do that. Although maybe you do that. Make it look like things are kind of falling off here. You know what I mean? Like things are getting kind of wonky. She's not happy, right? We could even probably even rotate the panel a little bit. Like just make things kind of fall apart on the page. There we go. So all I've done here is I've taken the panels and I've made them slightly wonky so that they're now kind of working a little out of sync. I'm going to do this too here, just a little bit, not so much. But you want to show that in a way, the character's life is falling apart, just like these panels are starting to get out of order. This is the trauma that sort of defines my character. and something that really defines her as a person. So this is important. I feel like it's talking about rolling tattoos. Rolling tattoos. I don't know. Come up with weirder words. Oh, let's get in here and fix some of the weird in here. Like, you're working on a new commission. Good job. I actually really glad that's cool. All right. Okay. All right, guys. I think this is pretty much the end of what I'm working on for today, at least for right now. I'll be back on tonight. And we can keep going on this one and see what happens. I might need to add pages. We haven't even gotten really to the meat of this story yet. And we're quite a few pages in. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thanks for joining me today. All of you guys. So, Sway TTV and Little Mango Art. And of course, we had Art Crumbs and Brent, and we had Chuan earlier, and we did get Peugeot earlier. But I think Peugeot is looking for me to draw a picture for them, and I'm not doing that. I'm on to the next project. So I don't do commissions at this moment. Well, I do commissions, but I don't think they want me to commission me, is what I'm thinking. So anyway, that's all good. It's all fine. It makes some sense. I get it. So I'm out of here. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all tonight. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.